Alright, hello again, and welcome to parts 71 and 72 of Build Your Own R2D2. I'm a bit bunged up right now, so this video may sound a bit weird now and again. I know what you're thinking, they already sound weird, Stephen. But let's get going and see what's in 71. Okay, 71 would seem to be 4 pages of metalness, and that is the part that you get. Well, the only parts are some bits of metal. I don't think there's any screws in there. So, let me go and see what I need to do. Okay, it says lay it all out. I've laid it all out. All the little pieces here. They call these ring connectors. That's not a ring. Isn't that a hexagon? Like you'd find in a beehive. I think it is. But anyway, I've laid it all out, and surprisingly enough, the first stage involves fitting a ring connector to the end of BF19, which is this piece, which is just off the camera there. Or was just off the camera. And it's saying put 1 screw into there. It's not saying put this in here as well. Maybe I won't do that. So let's go and screw this bit in. Just the one side. Not weird at all. Alright, that's on there now. And excitingly enough, the next stage is doing the same thing to that side. So let's go and screw this in. Okay, well that's done. But the most random bit of all is this bit, because all the rest, including the bit that's not there yet, has the numbers this way up. But this one you have to flip over so the numbers are on the bottom, and then you're screwing it into there like so. And then the last bracket, stick that on there, and then screw this into place. There you go, screw that bit into place. That is in place. And finally, sound like the news, you're putting the last piece of the metal hexagon onto the end, into there. And you'll need 2 more screws, one there and one there. Let's get that screwed in place. Well, that's all finished, but I'm wondering why they couldn't just make that bit the right way round anyway, as in cut the metal so that you wouldn't have to turn it over. That's a little bit odd, but many things are on this build. Anyway, the next thing you need to do is bring in your little metal boat that you made last time round, and you're finding the pillars on either side, and you're lining it up with this, which is going to be up the right way, and you're basically just plonking it on the top so that all the pins poke through each of the 4 corners. Is that really a corner of anything? Not really, but there you go. And now you've made a giant metal no entry sign. Probably only I can see that, but that's what it reminds me of. I know, it's quite strange. And then, once you've made your little no entry sign, you need to take the brackets that you got in this part, this very part, and you need to place them over each side. So they're like that, so the 2 squares are facing outwards, and then you will need to screw them in place on the other side. So let me go and do that on this side, and there you go, that's that side done. And now you need to do the same again on this side with the other part, which go on that way around. Plonk it onto the rest of the sticking out bits and screw that in place. Let's do that. And that's it. Part 71 complete. Now we've made a thing with the things. Let's go and see what's in 72. Okay, the parts you get with this one look quite exciting. You're finally getting a speaker. You're getting this weirdy bit there that I definitely recognise from the film. And you're getting, I think that's the speaker cover. Yes, I think it is. Anyway, let's see what I need to do. Now at this point you need to ask yourself, do I have 3 6mm self-tapping screws? If the answer is yes, you may proceed. The first thing you need to do is take this bit and stick it into the round window. But you need to find the arrow, which is right at the bottom there. don't know if that camera's going. There we go. We just about see that. The arrow needs to be at the bottom. Stick it in there and watch it fall straight back out again when you turn it over. No, you don't need to do that. You need to take the speaker grill, flip it over, and line it up with the hole in the middle there. And make sure it's slightly lopsided, which again doesn't look at all peculiar, does it? So it says make sure it looks a bit wonky, and then you'll need to secure this with a screw right through the middle. Okay, metal screw into plastic. Not going to say any more. You know what I think about that, but that is in there now, and it's very solid indeed, actually. Then you're taking the actual speaker, exciting, and putting it this way round. So the very messy, gluey bit there is where the dip is in the white plastic. And then take the black cover and stick it over the top. Like so. Obviously you'll be screwing those in. Thankfully no gluing. And also, I'm not sure, but it might fit flush if the two wires are inside of the dip there. Don't know if you can see that. Hang on. That dip there, basically. So, try and make sure they're inside there, and fingers crossed, it should work. I've got my fingers crossed for me, and I'll cross them for you as well, if you're building. So, let me go and screw this into place, and I'll see what it looks like. Alright, I'm very happy to say that it does fit very nice and flush. You can see the black and the white there. There will be a gap unless you make sure that the red and black wires are inside the notch there. But if they are, it will look lovely. I would say make sure you move this wire band upwards, otherwise you can't get it in a notch, because their picture bizarrely shows the wire tie on there all the time, and it looks like they've left it in the middle, but you can't really do that and screw it down flush, but I have done. So that concludes part 72 and 71. So thank you very much for watching. I know sometimes I sound tired of this whole build. No, I'm only sounding tired because I am tired. So apologies for that. It's not a lack of enthusiasm, because I'm still loving this build all the way to now. So hope you have enjoyed watching. I hope somebody out there is following along with me, because I try to make these as detailed and practical as possible to show you hopefully everything that you're going to need to know, and hopefully I'm doing it right. I know I've made a couple of mistakes, one with a lightsaber that Chris kindly pointed out to me when it was far too late to do anything about it. Well, I guess I could, but no, it's too much hassle, because that was a lot of glue on that, and I'd have to break the seal, and I don't think I'd enjoy the look of that, gluing it back again. Thank you for your comments, Chris. It's always good to hear from you, except when you're correcting me. No, it's still good to hear from you. I don't mind you correcting me. But anyway, see you all next time. Hopefully in only about 3 weeks. Plus editing time, which is the most boring part of all. So I'll be going over to edit this now, and meet you back here in about 3-4 weeks.